All right, let's get started, okay? Because I've got some great content that I want to share with you, and I'd love to have you comment when you're live or when you're watching the replay. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know, you know, something about you, okay? Because I think we have a great interactive group. So let's make it happen. As we fast approach the end of the year, many times it can seem that time itself is accelerating at 10 times its normal speed, right? All the holiday obligations, the shopping, the get-togethers, and of course, it all leads to the ultimate reminder that time is passing. Yeah, it's that time of year. Another year is coming to a close, and it's the arrival of the New Year's Eve, the culmination of another year gone by. And that realization can leave you spinning in a whirlwind of regret and guilt about what you did or didn't do the previous year. Second guessing can happen over time as we age, second guessing around our choices, every choice we make, right? Every so-called, it can have us be reminiscent of the mistakes we've made because of the choices we should have done when we look at them in hindsight. So I'm here to encourage you that every choice you have ever made in the past was a gateway to your personal growth, your healing, and your transformation. I've touched on this a bit, and I touched on it on Monday in Monday's email, but I wanted to give you a deep, I wanted to go a bit deeper into this, into this topic of, it's a challenging topic is the bottom line. Our past can be a challenging topic, and time passing and us feeling a scarcity of time can be a challenging topic. All right, because I want to provide you with a few key concepts that can unlock a fresh and invigorating perspective, as well as a visualization for you. But first, your intentions, I want you to know this, your intentions when you made a decision were pure, no matter what the results. When you made a choice in the past, there was no way for you to predict whether the result would absolutely be good or bad. None of us are fortune tellers, right? No, not really. And so, as you stepped into the power of a decision back then, your intentions were completely 100% pure. All you wanted was to attempt what was best for you. Right? What would fill you with joy, light, and allow you to create more progress in your life. But when you made a choice in the past and it didn't turn out the way you wanted, right? It causes pain. It can cause pain. It can cause regret. Now you must allow yourself to remember your original intention, what it was, and the time you made your best choice based on what you knew at that time, where you were then, not where you are now. You were impure. You were pure with your desires and wishes for life and personal growth and power, like embodied power and empowerment, which when you think about it, choices that didn't pan out the way you wanted actually provided you with both of those things. So when you remind yourself of your pure original intention was always in the right place, every choice you made, every choice provided you with an empowering result, one way or the other. Number 2, unanswered prayers, desires, can bless you with divine protection. And they probably were. Oftentimes, when we don't get what we're looking for, we're actually many ways, being provided with protection. So, how many times did you make a choice in the past when something didn't work out? And afterwards, you let out a collective woo, right? Because you also saw in hindsight, kind of like you dodged a bullet with your name on it, right? It's an old fashioned way of saying it. So often it's easy to ignore the power of an unanswered prayer, an unanswered desire coming to fruition, when really it was because it didn't serve your highest good. I've seen this play out many times in relationships, where all you desire is to make the choices that lead you to marrying, connecting with the person that you feel is your perfect soul match, your perfect soulmate, right? It's all you can think about in those moments. And you just know that it must happen somehow, some way. And then he or she goes and marries someone else, or they move in together. Very painful, isn't it? Initially, this could cause a deep pain and a feeling of loss, missing out on this perfect soulmate as to what you thought, and you'll have a strong sense of regret in some way. It's painful. Only for you then to learn. Often, it might not be a short while, but it might be in the future, where they actually weren't who you thought they were. They made choices in their future that caused them not to be faithful or caused them to not live in integrity. And you realize then, if you're given that opportunity to realize that they were not your ideal match, maybe they're verbally abusive, right? Who knows? We're not always given the gift of awareness to know why it wasn't a good match. We have to trust. Suddenly, in those moments of awareness, suddenly you don't regret not having that individual as your soulmate partner because you know it wouldn't have worked. And that's when you realize that an unanswered intention, an unanswered prayer was for your divine well-being, your divine protection. Number 3, the choice was your mirror. The choice was your mirror. The third and final concept can also be the most challenging, but also the most empowering. Sometimes we make choices that provide us a mirror so that we can finally see, right, what we've long hidden from ourselves, things that have left us stuck, possibly for years. For example, maybe you were someone who was always loyal to a former employee, someone who maintains steady calmness, steady, right? Always giving, never complained. You put in your extra work, your 100%, 150%. You believed in the mission of the company. Then there came a time where you knew you were deserving of a raise or a bonus for your contributions. But you had a limiting belief or an inherited pattern that caused you to feel unworthy, okay, to ask for something, right? Well, you felt that it wasn't okay or that it might bring too much visibility to you or that it might cause you to feel ungrateful or to appear ungrateful for your job to ask for a raise. So you made a choice to be quiet, we should say here, right? You make that choice. We've all done things like this, by the way. And to keep quiet, simply hoping that your boss and the higher ups would actually recognize you, right? They would recognize and see your dedication and your performance. But they didn't recognize who you were at all, overall, right? Instead, your boss rewarded a coworker who had made a very strong case for themselves that they deserved this raise or bonus. And so your choice, okay, to be silent, revealed through the mirror, okay, about in the mirror is your coworker, and it's revealed to you, right? It shows you that you must own your worth, speak up, and be willing to take a stand for something. Taking a stand for something does not mean you have to be a bully or aggressive. It means you have to open your mouth. You have to ask for what you want. Oftentimes, people are so busy in their own life, doing their own thing. A boss is running a department that they don't see you. That doesn't mean they don't appreciate you, but it doesn't cross their mind. Or maybe it's going to go to the squeaky wheel first. And it doesn't mean by asking, you're the squeaky wheel. It can be maybe somebody that asks repetitively. So, as you move forward into the end of this year, UCC key concepts to help you sidestep any regret about past choices, any guilt for not being further along in your timeline of life, because I promise you, everything is in divine timing, even when it seems like things are not going well. It is through the struggle that we have of things in these situations that give us the wisdom and the courage and the strength. It's what gets us from here to here if we don't put our head in the sand and pretend like it's not happening. Always remember that you always have now to make a change. And even though this quote seems a little cliche, it's always true. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift from God, which was why we call it the present. That's by Bill Keane, by the way. Now, stay with me here as I want to share a quick visualization. It'll help you implement and integrate this conversation to help you understand, to see it within yourself, and to take action. Let's begin. All right. I'm going to do this. I'm going to cover my camera as I always do if you've been with me for a while, because I don't want to be the distraction. It's not about watching me. This is all about you. And so I want you to get into a comfortable position. All right. Preferably with both feet on the ground. Okay. And let's begin. Okay. Let's integrate some of this new awareness for you. Okay. Here we go. All right. With your eyes closed, take a deep breath, filling your lungs to capacity, and hold. There you go, on a big exhale. As you just sense, feel, and imagine that you're releasing today's tensions and worries. On the next breath, taking your breath all the way into your lungs, all the way. Sense, feel, and imagine you're breathing up into your brain, up into your head, activating the neural pathways on the right and the left hemisphere, connecting them now in all levels and dimensions. Now on the exhale, I want you to exhale, and I want you to find your center. The center within you, the center within your stomach, behind your belly button. Now, within that center, I want you to find another center. Find the center of the center. There you go. There you go. Now, return your breath into a natural pace as I am going to count from 3 to 1. 3, you become more deeply relaxed. 2, the sounds around you allow you to go deeper relaxed. And 1, you sense, feel, and imagine that you're standing in an exquisite art gallery. You are the only one in the room. Each piece of art is lit, and there isn't a sound to be heard. It's pure stillness. You see an antique bench in the middle of the gallery, and you sit on it. Gazing at the walls, you become aware of the art on the 4 walls. And you become aware that every piece of art is a clock. Some of the clocks are simple in design, while others are elegant. Some look decades old, while others are shiny and brand new. Gazing at the 4 walls full of clocks, a familiarity stirs inside of you. You feel pulled to get up from your antique bench and to move to the closest clock on the left wall. As you stand in front of it, you hear the faint ticking. It has a calming rhythm to it. This sense of familiarity rushes through your entire body from head to toe as something is telling you to hold the clock in your hands. You so carefully reach for the clock. You carefully lift the first clock from the wall and hold it gently in your 2 hands. And then you feel it. The remembrance of a past choice in your life, a choice that you've always felt was a mistake, a missed opportunity, a choice that you reflect upon with regret. Holding this clock in your hands, you feel the past choice in the here and now. You suddenly feel the regret and the guilt around the past transform into something else. As you hear the faint ticking, your past choice memory begins to pour forgiveness into your heart and mind, into all of your body. Then gratitude washes over you like a gentle waterfall, cleansing your emotions and haunting memories. You feel a deep sense of empowerment rise from your soul within you and fill you with a certainty that every choice you made in the past was in all service of your infinite expansion. Placing the clock back on the wall, you move from clock to clock, one at a time inside of the gallery. Each one of them holds a choice memory. A choice memory that transforms from regret to rejoice as you take them in your hands. You sense, feel, and imagine this gratitude, forgiveness, and the over empowering, just loving, rejoice energy that your life is yours. Now, you place the final clock back on the wall and return the antique to the antique bench in the center of the room where you sit. As you sit there, you can hear all those clocks faintly ticking. And naturally, you take in a breath of air. A deep breath, and you pause and you exhale. As the last breath flows from your lungs, it happens. All the ticking stops. You sit in exquisite silence, feeling healed of the past. Rising from the antique bench, you walk confidently towards the exit. Approaching the exit and then standing at the door to leave, you become aware that you feel lighter. You have focus and increased clarity. You naturally begin to smile. Smiling, a big smile, beaming with new awarenesses and wisdom. With the regret of those past choices gone, you now stand in the bliss of now, ready to live your life in magnificence. Knowing your next choice will be overflowing with fearless joy, internal peace, confidence, and to allow the joy to expand, for you to be in your purpose energy. Bringing your awareness back to your breath, I will count from 1 to 3, and you will come back to your original space with clarity and increased inner peace. 1, bring your awareness back to your body. 2, activating the cells in your body with your new integrated soul's truth that the past has served you and you are wiser for it. 3, eyes wide open as you are now fully accepting of receiving the answers you seek. Who's with me? Hi PK, LA County. Hello, beautiful Crystal. How are you feeling? I haven't been engaged in a lot of Facebook stuff, so I'm not up on your health. But yep, I think about you. Hello, Beth. You're going to have a replay to our live clearing, and Stephanie, to the Clear DNA program. It takes about 48 hours for that replay to get back up, but you'll have it and you'll feel it. It was a powerful healing. Oh, everyone, I'm so grateful you're here with me. I want you to know that the past is the past, and there's always something beneficial that comes from the past. We have to be open. Some people struggle more than others. I don't understand why. I wish I did. And I do know it happens, and it's very real. Hi, Dina. Hello, everybody. It was a great visualization. And I hope you can come back and listen to it and write down those 3 things to really keep in perspective our past, because oftentimes our past trips us up, or we get caught up in old stories that don't serve us anymore. Old stories always contain some truth to them. That's what makes them complicated. But that story does not have to define you. We get to make a different choice. All right. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? Anybody on here celebrate Thanksgiving? Crystal, you better have other people cooking for you, dear. Yep. And it could be that if you're someone that isn't around other people, that maybe you just do something that is something you can that's special for you, right? Thanksgiving was always my mother's favorite holiday. And we have some nice traditions around Thanksgiving because of my mother. Thanksgiving is a time of gratitude. It's a time of remembering what is something good in our life. And then notice that the little shifts in our life happen because you've taken steps. And you are always worthy of more. If you're going to be around family or friends, I noticed when I was, I don't know, I'd say in my early 20s, okay, I would go home for a holiday, be so excited to go home. And within 2 days, I feel like I'm 15 or 16 years old. Because siblings keep you at a certain time period in their life when they knew you when you were young. Or parents want you to report to them, no matter how old you are, right? Or maybe we're around siblings as we get older where one over brags than the other. Somebody gets more attention and the family dynamics return. And maybe you had amazing family dynamics. I did not have bad family dynamics. But I'll tell you what, no family dynamic is perfect. And with that in mind, a couple years ago, I did a series of audios with this in mind, and I only release them once a year. And it's called Joy to the World. Because what are we looking at for the holidays? What are we seeking? We're seeking deeper connection. We're seeking harmony. We're seeking visibility to be seen and for those in our family to notice that we've changed. But oftentimes, family doesn't want us to change. And it's not because they're aware of it. It's because it's familiar to them when we stay a certain way. All three of these 3 hours of audios you can plug into your ears and go to sleep to. I only release them once a year, and I took $100 off of them. You get to keep them. You can listen to them over and over again. But with the Thanksgiving holiday, and then Hanukkah and Christmas, and those holidays, that this is the culmination of the year. No matter how you celebrate it, do you have deep loneliness during the holidays? It'll help. You see, vibrational energy is inherited as well as it gets trapped in our lifetime. You don't see it, but it's why you feel certain ways at certain time. It's why you're not able to take action when you want to. It's why certain things repeat in our lives. And the beautiful thing is we don't have to hold on to them. So I want you to know that it's available. Plug them in, go to sleep, or listen to them when you go on a walk. I listen to my own content when I'm at the computer. I would love to help you. It's a deeper way the subconscious connects and releases this. It's different than this visualization. It's deeper. There are visualizations in there, but that's to get your body ready for the release and for healing. So it's pretty incredible. Your body does all the work. I'm just a facilitator. All right, everybody. I'm sending you lots of love, harmony during this time period, that you might enjoy it, that you might find inner peace, that happiness might expand. Okay? And that comes first from within, feeling that balance in. And I'm not minimizing what you're going through. I promise. I go through my own stuff too. And I've been through a lot. just like you. All right. Love you. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for being on with me. Let me know if you're watching a replay or if you're on live. All right. I'll come in and respond to you. All right. Bye bye, everyone.